If you've ever been legitimately convinced that Israel had a key part to play in the Charlie Kirk assassination, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. Today we are going to be discussing a series of facts, formulating a story in regards to Charlie Kirk, Benjamin Netanyahu, and the Israeli influence on the United States and Israeli influence on the Charlie Kirk assassination. These are facts that I have gathered using the iPad of truth, and you, as the viewer, will have to develop your own opinion based on these facts at the end of the video. Now, I will be speaking as an individual, not representing the War Department or the United States Army in any way. I am only speaking as an individual content creator. Now, I will give you my opinion at the end of this video based on all these facts that I'm going to share with you. If you want to support the channel and the work, simply hitting the like button and leaving your combat llama emojis down below and letting me know what Fallout game was your favorite Fallout game. Mine was Fallout 4. Do all that stuff in the comment section down below, and more importantly, let me know what your overall conclusions are based on the facts and the story that I'm going to present to you today. Now, if you're only here for the training content, well, you're in luck. We are going to be shooting a number of drills at the targets behind me near the end or halfway mark of the video. I'm sure somebody will put a timestamp down below if you're only here for the Glock 17 Gen 5 training sesh. Well, stand by for that. That'll be at the back half of this video. Fact number one in our Charlie Kirk and Israeli story. Roughly 48 hours before Charlie Kirk was brutally assassinated in broad daylight at a Utah campus, he told a group chat of a number of very powerful, influential people that he feared for his life. He feared that Israeli influence would have a major impact on his life. Additionally, that he lost the funding of Israeli individuals and that he lost a $2 million sum annually from these individuals that were from Israel. This is 48 hours before Charlie Kirk was assassinated in broad daylight, that he feared for his life based on the Israeli investor. Good? Okay, so there's $2 million gone 48 hours before he is brutally murdered. Now, additionally, previous to the murder, a few weeks before the murder, he had also come out openly and publicly, Charlie Kirk, saying that he no longer could support Israel based on some facts that I'm going to read you in a little bit, additional facts from the iPad of truth regarding the Gaza conflict. Regardless of where your stance is on that, there's going to be some interesting things that I'm about to educate you on from said conflict that a lot of Americans, a lot of people that think that, oh, well, Israel is owed that area, they should just be entitled to do whatever they want in said area. Well, I'm going to read you some interesting facts that you may not be aware of. Nonetheless, a couple weeks before Charlie Kirk was murdered, he publicly comes out and says he no longer wants to support Israel. Additionally, he calls out Ben Shapiro live, and Ben Shapiro famously made the face as he was called out about Israeli genocide in the Gaza Strip, right? Regardless of where your thoughts are, don't worry, I'm going to give you the facts on that here in a second, right? Keeping in mind that I support neither side. Moving forward with this story, the security team of Charlie Kirk took exactly 0 steps in securing any rooftops surrounding Charlie Kirk on the day that he was assassinated, even though their boss told them that he feared for his life based on the lack of investment from those $2 million in those Israeli investors. Is it all coming together now? Another piece of information. The story, the FBI narrative, does not make any sense. I haven't seen anybody on the left or the right or center say that, yeah, that makes sense, that you can disassemble that weapon, put it in your pant leg, reassemble it on the roof, no point of impact shift, fire only one shot, disassemble it, jump off the roof, reassemble it, hide it in a towel, give all your Discord suspicious information out, and get arrested 33 hours later. None of it makes sense, and it's just so convenient that this individual was dating a person that was confused, okay? We'll just put it like that, so that way we don't get nuked off the internet. If you got this far, hit the like button and let me know if I'm cooking yet. Okay, so now we know security did nothing to stop this. We know that there was major Israeli influence. Did you know that the day within 2 hours of Charlie Kirk being assassinated, Benjamin Netanyahu came out and said he was the only world leader, unprompted, to say, we had nothing to do with the murder of Charlie Kirk. That was Benjamin Netanyahu. The day of his murder, the day of his assassination, the leader of Israel comes out and states unprovoked, we had nothing to do with it as a country. That's very suspicious. A detective would call that a clue. Furthermore, I want to get into some information that will tie all this together right now regarding Israel's influence on the United States around this time period. Benjamin Netanyahu has recently stated that the war for Israel's independence and survivability will be fought on social media, specifically on TikTok and Instagram is what he stated is where the front lines will be. He also admitted to paying influencers for their assistance in the narrative of pro-Israel in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict in the Gaza Strip. Am I cooking yet? Let's move on with some details about that. If you're admitting to use platforms like X and TikTok, being treated as the front lines moving to the iPad of truth here, shaping global opinions, suppressing pro-Palestinian content, and amplifying pro-Israeli voices, you're literally paying content creators. I've heard of anywhere from lowballing $7,000 allegedly all the way up to $10 million based on how much of a following they have. This is what is shaping the narrative here in the United States. Let's talk about some numbers between the United States and Israel. Here's some verified numbers. $17.9 billion in military assistance since October 7th, 2023. If you don't know what October 7th is, this is the alleged, yes, mass murder, but the alleged inside job of, we'll just say, influenced by Israel to allow this attack to happen, allegedly, inside of their country. $17.9 billion from United States military assistance since October 7th. $8 billion in weapon sales alone. $9 billion in loan guarantees from the United States to Israel. $1.7 billion in Israeli bonds by the U.S. government. Weapons such as F-35s, 120 millimeter artillery shells, bombs, tank shells, you name it. All of this has been sent to Israel since October 7th. We are arming a foreign power that wages war with our tax dollars. Whether you voted for it or not, that is what's happening. Let's move on here. Let's talk about the human cost. Again, remembering that I'm not taking an Israeli side or a Palestinian side, as I am an American and I am a pro-America, pro-Second Amendment, pro-First Amendment guy. I don't really give a fuck what is going on in the Gaza Strip, but I'm going to give you some numbers. For those of you that might think that Israel is the good guys in all this, let's talk about the human cost. 67,000 Palestinians killed since October 7th. About 70% of that 67,000 people that have been killed, estimated, are women and children, according to the United Nations and Gaza Health Ministry figures combined. Okay? So between the United Nations and Gaza Health Ministry, take whichever source you want, an average of 67,000 people have been killed. And in that number, roughly 70% are women and children. How many Israelis have been killed, though, Trench? They're only doing it to protect themselves and their own nation's survivability. Well, let's get into that. 1,650 Israelis have been killed. 700 of them are military personnel. Okay? So out of the 1,650, only 700 of them, or the majority of them, were military personnel. And if you look at the 67,000 personnel genocide on the Palestinian losses killed and the 1,600 killed from Israel, does it seem like they are fighting for their way of life? You will draw your conclusions wherever you see fit. Well, Trench, they were attacked. Okay, cool. You draw your conclusions. I'll just leave it at that. What I'm going to say is this. This doesn't look good. Okay, all signs, and I'll put away the iPad of truth here, all signs lead to a major influence by the Israeli nation on the Charlie Kirk assassination, as he was a major supporter of their narrative, and he came out 2 days before his death and said he feared for his life, and that the Israeli donor of $2 million annually had dropped their donation, and that he was being bullied by said investor to continue the narrative, or else they would cut all ties. And he told his security team he feared for his life. No action was taken by his own security team. And we all know the narrative of the FBI and the assassination of Charlie Kirk. None of that makes sense. The disassembling, the reassembling, the whole narrative of this kid doesn't make sense. He doesn't seem like he would be the guy, and it seems like a false flag or a patsy, right? Now, you guys let me know, okay? I just wanted to share this because all of this is like my opinion. It's just boiling up, and it's all looks like something more may be happening. We'll put away the iPad of truth. If you got this far in the video, somebody leave a timestamp and say the training footage starts at 11 minutes. I'm going to brief the drills, and we're going to get into the actual training, and we'll put away the iPad of truth. Thanks for being here. Let's get into the actual training portion of the video. Today we have 3 targets arrayed out here. We're going to move back to 10 meters, and we're going to be conducting a 6 rounds total, 2 rounds per target, a mandatory reload, 2 rounds per target. So the way it's going to look is going to be 2, 4, 6, reload, 8, 10, 12. 12 rounds total. We're going to run that a total of 10 times, and we're going to check paper at the very end to see what we're looking like, because I always show the hits, and that's what we're going to get into here. So without further ado, let's move back. We'll drop off the iPad of truth, and we'll get straight into the actual training stuff, because that is also very important. Again, the gun we'll be for the video is my concealed carry gun and my competition gun. It is a Glock 17. I'll show you guys right now. Let me get set up here. It is a Glock 17 Gen 5. Ear approach check. It is a Glock 17 Gen 5. Okay, the ammunition that we're running is just standard 115 grain ammunition out of these 1-round magazines. Of course, for this drill, it doesn't really matter. I'll let you know for today's training video if there is a specific magazine restriction that you need to have for the actual drill, but unless I state it, you can just rock complete, full magazine, 1-round YouTube compliant magazines, and that's all you'll need. The gun itself is a Glock 17 Gen 5, as always. Just toweling grip tapes, the sandpaper texture. We have Trijicon HD sights because I like the orange front sight, as it's very easy to pick up, and a Surefire X300 because I like to be able to see at night. Okay, so of course I forgot my freaking shot timer again, but you guys, if you're really interested in the shot time, you can freeze it and do whatever you want. Again, 2, 4, 6, reload, 8, 10, 12. We're gonna run it 10 times, so keep track. Here we go. Reset. Cold shot or cold start of the day. A little bit rough there. Here we go. Let's speed it up. Number 3. Trigger freeze on that 3rd target. Everything is looking good downrange. I'll show you guys, of course, the target here in a second. Let's reset mags as we're dropping them in the mud. Of course, you guys might be able to tell by the background environment that it has been raining. So this will also be a good reliability test for the Glock, but not too worried about all that. All right, I think we've ran it roughly 3 or 4 times. We're gonna run it 6 more times. Here we go. Okay, looking good downrange. Chambered up. Should have enough for another run. Here we go. That was 5, we'll say. That one felt good. I need to put gloves on, wet hands. One more round. Okay, that one got a little bit messed up. Try to run it 2 more times here. Should have close to enough. Retop with some additional mags. All right, might have to put gloves on. Wet hands. Sweaty hands. All right, here we go. trigger finger's getting tired. But on that last drill, I started to kind of like slapping the trigger a little bit, which was fine from this distance, and you'll see the targets here in a second. But if you were to double the distance, we'd have some issues there. We'll run it, let's see, we'll run it 2 more times, and then we'll go down, show you guys the targets up close. And let me know if you guys like this new style of video. The beginning of the video is being kind of like news, news-oriented, drama-oriented, whatever I'm just thinking for the day, and then the last half being my actual training, because I already got the lift in, already got work done, cardio done. Now it's just time to knock out the range real quick every day. All right, here we go. A couple more. Okay. 2 more times. We'll go take a look. Let's go check it out. As we're dropping mags in the freaking mud. We'll just go target by target, starting with this left target, and we'll go right down the array. All right, so for this first one, got a good grouping down here below the target, okay? So throwing some rounds down, that's technically a line break, but all pretty good on target number 1. That could be because that's where I start and finish. So if I start good and end good, this is probably going to be the best target, is what I'm guessing. Okay, target number 2, yep, you can see. Okay, if you look at target number 1, it's all generally centered, right? But as you move to target number 2, things start to go laterally. That shows that I'm beginning to engage either as the sight gets there or as the sight leaves. Give you guys a good look there. Okay, target number 2, you're going to see in that lateral dispersion. And target number 3, as I arrive, that we technically, we got lucky there. You guys will let me know if that is a mic or what you guys think. But technically it's a line break, or else we would have been a no-go. I'll let you guys decide in the comments down below. And then you can see I kind of settle back into that A zone at the 3rd array, okay? So I'm going to reset on mags. The next drill I want to do is just literally going to be 1 round per head box. So it's going to be 1, 1, 1, reload, 1, 1, 1. Okay? This is going to be drill number 2, headshots only, like Halo 2, Halo 3, headshots only, SWAT style, left to right, right to left. We'll run that 10 times, and then we'll move on to a different drill. Okay, guys, magazines are reset. Just to refresh your memory, we're going to run 1 round per target, okay? So it's going to be headshot, 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 reload, headshot, 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 1 round per target. Targets are clean up top, and then we will bring you guys down range to assess said targets. All right, and then I think after this, the final drill of the day is going to be Mozambique, 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 okay? 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. And that is what we'll end on. All right, you guys ready? All right, there we go. Okay, here we go. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Halo 2 has entered the chat, SWAT, and headshot, headshot, headshot. Here we go. Clean. Maybe I'll show you guys that first round, and then I'll show you at the very end as well, because I am all about transparency. Okay, first round good. Target number 1, first round good. Second round pulled in Charlie. Second target. Both rounds good, right next to each other right there. Third target good. Boom and boom. Okay. That was iteration number 1. We're going to run that thing back several times now, and we'll check target at the end. Okay. Oof, overdrove the target a little bit on that one. I forgot the drill. All right, one more time, then we're gonna go check targets. These magazines are getting caked in mud. Oof, we'll see if they run, see if the gun runs. We'll go right to left on this one. All right, let's go check out the targets. All right, target number one. This was from the previous drill, if you remember. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All the rest A's. 3 Charlies, 1 Alpha on target number one. Hopefully you guys are getting a good look at that. Target number 2, 1 Charlie. Not bad at all for target number 2. Looking pretty good over here. All right, not bad. Target number 3, 1 Charlie. Okay, 1 Charlie. Target number 3. Not bad. All right. Next thing, I'm going to reset targets, and we're going to do Mozambique, right? Matter of fact, I might not even reset targets. We'll just run right into it. What do you guys think? I'll go reset targets because you guys are going to be like, oh, I want to see fresh paper. All right, give me a second. I'll reset paper. Fresh paper is up, and what we are going to do, I'll brief the drill right now. So it's going to be a modified body armor defeat drill. If you don't know what that is, I'll explain it to you right now. All you need is just full magazines, and I'll explain it. It's going to be 2 to the chest. Okay, where are you at? 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, groin, groin. Okay, so 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, groin, groin. You guys tracking? On 2 targets, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, groin, groin. Good. I have to say it a few times myself. All right. You guys are good. Magazines are completely covered in mud, and they will continue to be so. There we go. All right, let's get into it. Give you guys a pretty good angle here. Boom. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right, no reloads. Here we go. Okay, stand by. Weird test fire here into the berm in a safe direction. Okay, that was strange. All right, let's try this again. That weird, like a mushy trigger. Okay, we can go a lot faster on that. Let's speed up a little bit here. Okay, that one felt better. Getting kind of a mushy trigger, having a little bit of trouble to reset it, maybe from that mud. Who knows? Because we're literally putting mud. I'll show you here one more time. So some of that may be getting up in there. I'll have to do a deep cleaning later on, and it may be causing some reliability issues. Let's continue the drill a few more times. Yeah, like right there, I wouldn't be surprised if there's just not caked in, smoking a little bit, not caked in mud in there. camera decided to turn itself off halfway through those drills. So the targets that you see behind me are the ones we were just talking about. The body armor defeat drill, boom, there's the left one, or for you the right one, for me the left one, and there's the other one right there. If you guys enjoyed today's training video as well as the information I put out at the beginning of the video, all that I ask that you do is simply hit the like button, share the video with a buddy, do all the YouTube stuff, make sure you're actually subscribed to the channel, and I will see you out here on the next one. One more thing, if you guys are still here, if today's video upset you in any way, whether you didn't agree with the things that I said, or you simply had a disagreement on the way that I conduct a reload or how I shoot, that is why freedom of speech exists, and that is what got us in this issue in the first place. So if you got this far and you got to this point of the video, it is imperative that you defend the right of the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. Just because somebody says something that you don't agree with, that is okay. You're allowed to have civil discussion, and you're allowed to disagree and have debate. That is what got us all in the video topic of today anyway. So have a good day. Go shoot your own guns at the flat range. Go touch grass. Go enjoy the little things in life, and just have a good one. Slow down and treat the people around you how you want to be treated, even if they disagree with your opinion on a YouTube video. Have a good one. Cheers.